Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
Happy birthday, everybody out there. Good morning. It is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the American Legion Post 61 family here, Commander Lee, and President of the Auxiliary, Jenn. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
It's way too early, though.
Well,
we usually are in the 9 o'clock hour.
This is true. You are an hour earlier today.
That's right. I feel like daylight savings time has already hit.
Welcome to 8 o'clock. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, still got big head Mike.
That's right. It rains. He's like the postman. He's there no matter what. So,
although your subliminal wall does seem a little Spartan today.
Well, big fat Mike gets blocking out a lot of things. So, and then I just triple deckered up the Halloween one there.
Saw that.
You don't have
Very
the
nice.
Veterans
Thank
Day
you.
parade one in there.
I need to get that one.
I should have. If I'd have known you didn't have it, I'd brought it.
Oh yeah, I need one. So we'll get that in there. We'll get it. Maybe we'll cover up my big fat face with it.
Self-deprecating humor.
Yes,
It
yes.
must be an 8 o'clock hour.
That's
thing.
right. Well, however, before Veterans Day,
Yes.
we do have quite a few events and activities that are planned here that we want to put on people's radar and get
Oh, for sure.
definitely. I guess we'll start with Saturday or Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
White Star.
Yes. This will be our first White Star ceremony.
That's right. That's right.
As a post.
Yeah, I brought his picture. Ralph intercepted me on the way in.
Okay.
This is Troy Alexander Green here.
And he will be the service member that we honor at this Sunday's White Star ceremony. Now,
Yes.
We've talked about the Gold Star at nauseum here for both the family of those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Blue Stars for those currently
Serving, yeah.
Serving. White Star deals with victims of suicide.
Correct.
And service members that committed suicide.
Well, in particular, veterans who committed suicide due to service-related combat, et cetera.
Which
that sort of
my
thing.
guess is, if they're in the military and served in combat and things, it's all
Well, in the last 20
related.
years, it's pretty much been the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
But unfortunately, we as humanity are kind of behind the curve on understanding suicide and mental health here. So we're just now learning more about this. I mean, really, we kind of, just in my own lifetime, I grew up to a point where people talked about suicide and people were like, well, that's people said a lot of negative connotations about that. Here I am, 40 years later, and I'm like, no, it's a much different mindset on that nowadays, which is a good thing. This is progress.
Yeah.
One of the primary focuses, other than honoring his service and his father, is to bring awareness to this. Before 2020, we were experiencing approximately 19 service members a day were taking their own life. We're at 22 now, and almost
that's sad that the number
approaching 23.
It's not going down. It's going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So we really need to put a laser focus on this and start putting the tools into family members' hands and such. Look for warning signs, and a lot of family members probably feel powerless, or they feel clueless because they're not seeing the warning signs.
Typically, veterans aren't the most open and forthcoming people. It's just kind of in the nature a little bit.
That's true, but family probably knows the service member better than anybody else.
Sure.
And if they come back from
they can definitely tell
service,
better
they
than
can
anybody else.
see that something has changed dramatically, and there are certain warning signs to look for. And we're actually going to have Dagmar Youngblood.
Okay.
She's the veteran service officer for basically Carlsbad stuff, but she has some experience in this.
Okay.
She's going to be having a few moments on Sunday, kind of educating us on what we can do.
Okay.
So that we as servicemen and women and family et cetera, cannot, they don't have to feel powerless. We can see certain things and possibly intervene before, a permanent solution to a temporary problem occurs.
But unfortunately, when you look at a suicide and then you kind of retrace the steps in your head and start looking, the signs usually are there. We just either don't notice them or, you know what I mean?
We need to educate ourselves onto seeing these things. I mean,
be more observant about it.
It's like becoming a detective, okay? You don't learn to be a detective overnight. You have to be shown the pieces, what to look for, and when it's possibly a problem, and when, maybe it's just a laugh and a chortle and
or a bad day.
We get back on track. But if there's a pattern, or something, we can't be complacent. We have to take action, or we're just going to lose more and more people.
Yeah, and I hate to try to kind of box and categorize things, but it's just in a veteran's nature. I'm not talking everyone, but I think it's just part of the training, part of what the experiences a veteran goes through in the military. It's not always first nature to seek help, to see. It's our mindset is the duck on the water. Whereas you see the top of the duck, everything's hunky-dory. You're not seeing the craziness going on underneath. And I think veterans by default just kind of don't want you to see the legs going underneath.
You've said this before.
Yeah.
You've said this previously.
And so you got to be a little more proactive.
I do agree and I disagree also. I think that veterans reach out in different ways.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times you have to have chewed the same dirt for you to understand.
Sure.
And that may be part of the problem. A veteran may not be willing to
open up
to just anybody because you weren't there.
Sure.
But if another veteran who happened to have served in the same conflict or whatever,
or did the same
suddenly
type of stuff.
You speak the same language, and you don't have to go through all the preliminaries.
Sure.
Because you're already up to speed to a certain point.
I mean, sense.
For me, when I talk to a person who served, specifically a person that served during the same time that I did, there's a certain understanding that you already have. And that also develops a rapport also with that person automatically, that someone who did not serve probably would be very difficult to achieve.
Got it. Yeah,
I don't think it's impossible. But
sure. You just got to have the right person and the right audience, and whereas like we said, family members are going to be the best probably lookout to see if the veteran is indeed normal or not acting normal.
Yes.
But at the same time, they're probably less likely to be the ones they open up to if it's dealing with some of their military experience.
I'm not suggesting that all family members suddenly become psychologists.
Sure. But we got to put it on our radar.
We got to put it on our radar, and maybe it'd be best if we put that person in contact with someone.
Sure.
Because maybe they'd be willing to open up to that person. And, and it's just so important that we find common ground with these individuals before they... once they decide... And this is something that I've come to understand in the last couple of months researching some of this stuff. When a person finally decides, they become so peaceful. It's like, okay, I've got this planned out. I'm calm now.
There's direction.
And so when you're getting close to the time when they're really going to act, it's when you suddenly see the person change to a level of calmness. They may have been very, very stressed up until that point, and you can't talk to them, you can't reason with them, you can't do this, you can't do that, and suddenly they're very amenable and passive. So, and to me, that's just something that I didn't realize is an ultimate warning sign. Is this person has made a decision.
Gotcha.
And it's time to talk to them and find out, can we reverse course on this ship?
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying we got to bring them back to their argumentative or rude self or whatever. It's just we need to find out if this person has really decided something
And try to help them.
and try to help them.
And we're talking specifically about veterans here, but this applies to everyone.
Absolutely.
It's not just veterans. So even if you don't have a veteran in your family or you don't really know any veterans, you still might benefit from attending this ceremony and getting the information, because maybe you have a friend or an uncle or a sibling who's been struggling and you're not sure what to do.
Yeah, this event Saturday is as much as we want to honor the service member.
Yes.
It equally as important is raising the awareness and getting people to look at their own world and their own lives and saying, "Hey, is there red flags in mine that I need to go and help others, or is it me myself that's dealing with some of these issues and maybe I'm not fully grasping that's the path I'm going down yet?" You know, so yes, please come out. Mark will be very happy I say this, but in the military world, we have a term, "watch your six." That's kind of
Yes.
and watching each other six, and it's always about team and working and looking out for each other and everything else. That equally applies in every other aspect of your life as well too. Your family member, watch their six, watch and keep. And this is kind of what Lee was talking about earlier. We got to be more tuned in to look for these.
Observant,
Tuned in. Just put it on your radar. You know. And I know it's easy to think because you don't want to think those things. You see someone, you're like, that's just them having a bad day. And we rationalize their behavior in our own heads. And at a point, you start doing that so much that you're not seeing the forest from the trees here. And
Well, the other thing, too, is we do have an anonymous phone number that veterans can call. It's called the Veterans Crisis Line.
yes.
And it's confidential and it's completely for the veteran. And it's something that I should actually have this number memorized, but I don't.
I can't memorize my own phone number, so
Yeah.
smartphones have made us dumber. I believe that
suppose
too.
there's a lot of truth to that.
When I was a kid, I knew all of my friends' phone numbers by heart. Boom, nailed them. And I dialed into that phone on the kitchen wall with the 27-foot cord. I nailed them all. Knew all of them. Now I can't remember my own number. But what's Dave's number? Boop, 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 boop. What's Dan's number? Boop, 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 boop. What's Vic's number? Boop, 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 boop. Not had it. No problem.
Yep.
Nowadays, not so much.
Even folks that I've known for years and they've had the same phone number for years, like my sister, no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, the Veterans Crisis Line is something that every one of us really should kind of know, kind of have in our back
Or at least have
pocket.
it handy. Yeah.
Right, 1-800-273-8255.
Okay. That's the suicide prevention crisis hotline.
It's the Veterans Crisis Line, and then press 1. And then they also have a text version, 838-255, and there's an online chat as well at veteranscrisisline.net. Now,
It doesn't just have to be suicide. You could just be struggling with a particular issue.
Mental health.
Right. It's
dealing with
all
mental
mental
health.
health.
Yeah,
So if
exactly.
you need any sort of help, please call.
Well, and that's just it. Mental health, it's all roads lead to the same place, great mental health. And whether that paths this way or this way, it's all the same destiny.
right,
Right.
but my only point here is we need to educate ourselves on the tools.
Yep.
And
Be observant.
Be observant. Notice subtle changes. Notice drastic changes. Be able to ask the question.
Sure.
Chances are you ask somebody what's wrong with them, they say, "Oh, nothing. Everything's fine."
Yeah.
But if
Why aren't you interested in doing this particular thing that you used to love so much? Why are you spending so much time doing X when you used to do so much of this?
Sure. Read between
Why
the
are-
lines.
why
I
are
don't
these
know.
things
I don't
changing?
know why I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Sure.
But it's, and I know you can't swear on air, so I'll say it in a different way, but you can't BS a BSer.
Yeah.
So when I talk about veterans that served in the same time period or the same location or whatever, they kind of have that they got that, BS shield up,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
shields up, man. Yeah, well, you can't BS me because I was there, and that usually breaks the ice a little bit.
Sure.
So,
Sure. It's, again, back to that chewing same kind of dirt mentality.
I cannot honestly say that I've ever saved anyone from suicide, but I've certainly had lengthy conversations with individuals that perhaps allowed them to see a different point of view.
It's all about
And
making headway.
I can't count it as a success or a failure because I don't know. Well, they're still alive, I guess. I guess it was a success.
Well,
but
if we're trying, we're succeeding. That's especially in that world of if you're, just because you're not getting the results you want doesn't mean you don't keep trying. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's to me the effort is over, or the time is lost when you give up trying, and that's what So as far as I'm concerned, you victory. You know what I mean? But again, it's this Saturday or Sunday. I keep wanting to say Saturday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday, it's going to be at First United Methodist Church, 3 p.m. We all are encouraged, welcome to come attend. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything. We'd love to have you come out, recognize this service member and his family, and let's hopefully prevent some suicides down the road.
Afterwards, if you need to talk to the veteran service officer, she'll be right there.
Sure, absolutely. Even if it's before, even we'll make that happen. But come out for your family. Bring the family out. This is granted, it's serious subject matter, but this is something we all need to talk about. This is something we all need to be aware of. This is something we all need to think about and understand that I don't care if you're, and this is veteran, if you're a human being, this is something that's going to come across your path at some point in this life, whether it's you yourself directly or family members or friends or loved ones.
Well, and I also want to emphasize that this is not a religious service. This is not necessarily a memorial.
Gotcha.
This is more of a celebration of this soldier's career.
Yeah.
We don't approach it from the funeral aspect. We don't approach it from, a morbid aspect. We're trying to be uplifting about his career in the service. And we're also trying to bring awareness to suicide without being,
let's take
too negative.
Let's take the negative stigma that comes with, I'm not saying, please understand, people are going to misquote me on this. It's like, what do you mean? You're saying, no, we don't want suicide. That's bad. We're not, but people have a certain mindset of the people that have committed or attempted to commit suicide. We need to erase that stigma because that's the problem. It's a mental health issue.
Yes, it is.
This isn't about, most people, if you don't have a mental health problem, it's very hard to rationalize why the person's doing that. But as soon as you see the path in which they're going, it makes more sense to you. It's one of those things, unless you're in the shoes, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around a little bit.
And I am not a medical professional in any way, but I would probably conservatively estimate probably 90% of these problems can be dealt with.
Yeah.
Possibly without even professional help. It's the 10% that I'm really worried about, and they're the ones that we need to focus on because once they make that choice, then they're lost to us.
Yeah, and I don't want to. We have more things, and I don't want to dwell on this, but we need as a society when someone's because you hear people saying, "Oh, is this really a suicide attempt or is this a call for attention?" It's all the same.
Right.
Don't
Regardless,
confuse that. And I think we in our society there is some people have separated that in their heads, and I'm like, no. It's all the same.
I do recognize it as a call for help.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion.
Yeah. So anyway, we would love to have you come join us this Sunday, 3 p.m., First United Methodist Church. Completely free. All you need to bring is yourself, bring your family. Love to have you come out. Obviously, if you'd like to leave a donation for 61 or any, we would love to have that. But by no means are you under any obligation or to be pressured service. Or anything like that. Yeah. We want you there to be a part of the ceremony, celebrate this life, and raise some awareness for our folks dealing with suicide and dealing with those issues.
Yeah. And even if you don't know someone today that could use this help, 3 years from now, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's just it. This is being the bonnet type information. If you don't
Right.
need it right now, there might be a time in your life where you cross paths and need to do some of these things. So.
But let's talk about something fun.
Yeah, we got
Halloween drive-through coming up.
1 week from Saturday.
That's right, the 30th.
The 30th is going to be American Legion Post 61's family's big Halloween drive-through event. Once again, First United Methodist Church has partnered with us and let us
Use their parking lot.
let us play fun here on their parking lot.
Yeah.
5 to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, again, we're just asking for a donation, whatever you can afford. If it's nothing, then so be
Even
it.
if it's $1, that's
Yeah.
great.
But it was very popular last year. It's going to be
Yes, it was.
bigger.
It was shockingly popular last year.
we're gonna have to make a couple of traffic changes.
It's going to be bigger, faster, stronger for this year.
Actually, it's twice the size this year.
Yeah.
There you go.
We doubled the size.
We
so.
steroided it up. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. We
We
didn't
did.
do that.
Our Halloween committee has been working very hard over the last several
Yes.
months, and they're very excited to
Yeah.
give us this presentation.
Yeah. So.
Come make their hard work worth it.
So it's going to, again, it'll be next Saturday, October 30th. Everything will get underway about 5, goes till about 8 or so.
Yeah.
Make plans. I know there's going to be probably a lot of different trunk or treats and different events going on. Make
I
First United Methodist Church part
I
of your
have
path.
noticed a couple other drive-throughs popping up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, apparently it was a good
apparently
idea.
Yeah.
we started a trend here.
Yeah, so if you're going to go out to the zoo or go out and do all the different ones, make sure you put the American Legion Post 61 on your list of activities.
Yeah, apparently
to do
we
that
have a
way.
reputation for the amount of candy we give out
Oh.
to
Yes.
the baggies.
Well, that's
And we're still looking for candy donations.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
So
That's
please.
something we need right now.
we
is candy
definitely are in
donations.
desperate need of candy donations.
yeah. So if you'd like to help us out, you can drop them off here at the radio station.
Sure.
First United Methodist Church, I bet we'll take them.
Yeah.
That's where
We'll
our
make it
office is.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've officially moved into that location.
Yes, we have a new office there.
Our office is now at 200 North Pennsylvania. So
Yes.
Yep.
So we are fully moved in.
Yep.
We're took our,
the office phone number went away, but we still have the post phone number, which is actually like a Google Voice number.
it's our
Yeah.
new home. As soon as we get there, we take our pants off and sit in the chairs because we're at home.
Oh boy. I don't know about that. We definitely did hang some
We
you know,
definitely
charters
turned
and
pinky
flags.
here
Like
on,
we're home.
on Mike Winter's show.
Oh boy.
No, we finally got it all painted. We got our
Yeah.
air conditioning set up, our heater set up, and
Yeah.
the only thing we got to buy is some chairs, I guess. But
Unless someone wants to make a nice donation.
haha,
Although after they heard what I just said, they're like, "No, you guys stand."
that's right. Yeah,
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike.
yeah. The only person I've ever seen take his pants off at the office is Mike Winter. So.
Oh boy.
It happens a lot. I was
Oh,
in the historical
okay.
side. They're like, "What are you going to take off this time for there another event?" Everyone wants me to strip, and I don't know why about that.
I
Well,
don't
as
know.
long as you're wearing fishnet stockings, you get a big donation.
It is, yeah, exactly. Well, you want more money, you guys want more stuff, you better come up with bigger bucks. But anyway, but yes, come out, have fun with us on Halloween. Come out to First United Methodist Church, and Joan will be right there in the park. You can't miss it. You'll just follow the lights and the glow and the people and all that
Oh yeah.
stuff. And you'll
Follow the
see it.
line.
Yeah, but it's going to wrap up about 8. So make plans to kind of get there and go through and all of that stuff.
And
so.
we'll hand out candy as long as supplies last. So if you want to be sure to get candy, come a little closer to 5 than 8.
Exactly, and like you said, they're kind of heavy fisted with the candy there. So
we are, but we did end up with a little left over last
Okay.
year. So hopefully we get enough donations this year that we'll be
keep heavy fisting it.
overflowing again.
Excellent.
Yes.
So I know sheriff's always asking for candy while you're grabbing some candy for the sheriff. Pick up a bag or two for us too, if you don't mind, and drop it off here.
The
drop
sheriff's
off
on
the
a
church.
keto diet. I don't think he's going to have any.
Well,
Apparently they're doing their own trunk or treat type.
Yeah.
I think what they also do is they just give it out, like if they keep them in the cars and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just use it as needed in those
Right.
situations.
It's bribes.
Yeah.
Mhm. For
You
the
know,
kids,
if you got stuffed animals, that's
Mm.
another thing you can donate to Post 61. Because what we do is we give that to the sheriff's department or the police department.
Yeah, for goodie
because
bags
They
or
give it
care
to
packages.
children, either when they roll up on a call or something and they've got a child, that's either in crisis or witnessed a crisis or something. And
Sure.
They like to give them these clean stuffed animals and stuff that keep them calm
it's
and
a comfort,
occupied.
yeah.
It's a comfort toy. So we gave a bunch of them away last year to the PD.
They were very excited to get them.
We are asking for donations of your old stuffed animals and
Okay.
stuff like that.
As long as they're
And
clean and serviceable.
clean and serviceable,
Yeah.
and we're going to give them to the sheriff's department this year. So
Very good.
if anybody has any of that.
Yeah, we'd love to help. Again, we just go and help others with it. That's what we're doing with it. We promise.
Of course, the big event
Yes.
is November 6th.
No,
Yep.
a Veterans Day celebration.
Veterans Day celebration.
Yep. Saturday, November 6th.
It starts at 9 at the Chavez County Courthouse lawn, as always.
As
We've
tradition.
Yeah.
We've extended it to an hour this year for the ceremony because there was just too much we wanted to get done.
And we, I ain't trying to toot our own horn, but we got an awesome guest speaker. For
We
this,
do,
This
Jack
year.
We really
Swigert,
do.
yeah.
We
He,
met him at our last meeting, and he's
Yes.
a very impressive gentleman.
He's
Yeah.
a local gentleman. He was in Vietnam. He was a helicopter pilot. And if you ever saw the movie We Were Soldiers, that was the Greg Kinnear character was basically him.
Yeah.
So really dynamic individual. He came and talked to us at our meeting last Thursday.
He's
Very
still
nice-
pretty active
very
in our
nice
community
man.
and everything.
He
Yeah,
really
he
is.
apparently was very active in the publishing world.
Yeah.
Yep.
For a long time, newspapers and stuff like that. Anyway, between 9 and 10, we've got scheduled. We got the scouts coming out, I
For the
guess,
wreath
to
laying.
do the wreath laying, and we've got them doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Of course, your own Mike Winters will be the DJ and master of ceremonies.
Yeah, MC. I'm not spinning tunes.
No.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, well, yeah, you'd be the Fresh Prince of Roswell.
I
right.
suppose.
Parents just don't understand.
Oh my, jeez.
No, I will be doing none of that.
No.
So about 10 o'clock, we're going to start rolling towards the Wool Bowl. Now, I'm still in deep negotiations with the city to
Okay.
get the permit. They had already granted me the permit up to 12th, which doesn't quite get us where we need to be. And the police department had been arguing with me that, well, through the permit department, that they didn't have the personnel to handle Main and
College.
College Boulevard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I spoke to Mike Harrington, and the sheriff has agreed that he will cover any of these gaps or problems.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, I've been playing phone tag with Damien over at Parks and Rec for the last couple of days, but hopefully we can get these things worked out really
Okay.
soon.
Good.
My understanding is the state permit's already in work,
Okay.
so we should
Fingers
be
crossed.
good to
yeah.
go
Okay.
on all of this.
Hopefully, because we'll have you guys next week. Hopefully by then we have a more finalized answer. Hopefully.
Yeah, and
Right.
RISD finally responded, and they pushed out the art and essay contest.
Okay, so you should start seeing those in the kids' schools. In their
I'm hoping
classrooms
as
or-
of today they will be in there. They
Okay.
sent me the email yesterday. I got it from Jennifer Cole yesterday,
Okay.
and she said that she had published that to the principals and all
Well,
that stuff.
I
So,
would imagine if there's any parents listening or anything, and they, for whatever reason, don't get one through their kid and would like one, give us a call, reach out. We'll make sure we get you.
Yeah.
The
Contact the schools. Make sure your kids are
Yeah.
participating in the Poppy art contest and the essay contest.
Yeah, that's a real fun part of this.
they
It's really
can-
having
It is.
kids involved.
They can participate independent of Roswell Independent
They
Schools
can,
as
yes.
well. If you want to do this as a home
yeah,
project,
is there any homeschoolers out there?
go to
who want one? Let us know.
roswelllegion.org. On the right-hand side, you'll see the art essay contest
Okay.
is on
You
the
can download
right-hand
it there
side.
and-
And the K through 2 coloring sheets are the link right below that.
Oh, cool.
And there's more coloring sheets this year than there were last year. Of course, they can do the poppies,
Right.
which comes from the American Legion Auxiliary. But I also downloaded a few for kids coloring sheets for soldiers and tanks
Oh,
and
cool.
ships and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
pretty
The
neat.
toys of
Yeah,
the
the
military.
toys.
Yeah, the toys of the military. Yes.
So, I mean, there's something for boys and girls and everywhere in between up there.
Yeah.
So, I know some girls that are really into tanks. So
Well, tanks are cool.
tanks are cool. So I'm not trying to be sexist in any way, but I'm saying we have something up there for everyone.
Awesome. So again, RoswellLegion.org is the website to go there. www.roswelllegion.org, and then you can.
And I
download
have secured permission from the Roswell Mall after the contest is
Okay.
over. We will be displaying all the
Okay.
artwork up there.
Oh, inside is it that hallway, the wall of
Yeah,
honor
the Hall
hallway?
of Heroes.
Yeah, Hall
Yeah.
of Heroes. That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going to be opposite the wall that they already have
That's
displayed.
correct.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
did give permission for that. Also, Mike Winters has graciously again allowed the essay contest winners
Yeah, we'll put them
to
on here.
read them on air
Yeah, love to have
again.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and,
Yeah, that was fun last year.
Yeah.
On a side note, I do want to let you know that we did distribute a scholarship to
Yes, we did.
Tanya Rodriguez.
Yeah.
She is a second-year nursing student at Eastern New Mexico State,
Yeah.
Roswell.
And Army vet, if I remember right.
Yes, and
Yes.
she joined our post.
Yeah.
So, win-win all around for us, and we got to give her $500. There you
Awesome.
go.
Yeah, she was
So-
very excited to get that.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Army. After I said Army, I was like, I think
It
it's
was Army.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
she
was
was
Army National Guard, Army. I remember reading her service record.
Awesome.
But
Good for
I
her.
want to let people know that we still have one $500 scholarship that did not get distributed.
Okay.
So we will probably open that up to the winter
Yeah, winter session.
Okay.
session.
So keep checking back at the RoswellLegion.org website for that to open up.
Right.
And next year, currently, we're offering 4 scholarships. This won't be made available until next
next
spring.
summer.
Okay.
Summer.
spring, summer, but there will be 4 $2,500 scholarships will become available at that time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So be
Due
checking back.
to some private funding that came in.
We hit the lottery. Just kidding.
That'd be nice, but no, we just had a generous donor.
We have a generous donor.
Yes.
Yeah. And big thank you to
He
those
has
folks.
not indicated whether or not he wants credit for this yet, but
Well, we'll keep him anonymous
we'll
till
keep
we hear
anonymous
such.
until he gives me that permission. But
Yeah.
anyway, I want people to know that we are fully committed to education.
Yes. So please go learn more, read about it at the website there, and then get ready to get your
The information
fine
has
fingers ready.
been taken down from the website, but
Okay.
if you are interested in that $500 scholarship, you can email me directly at commander@roswelllegion.org, or
Okay.
you can call the post.
Okay.
575-268-0220.
And I think you'll find all that information at RoswellLegion.org if you're driving around and can't remember it right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And anyway, call me. First come, first serve. If I get a qualified member, I'll go ahead and distribute that $500.
Awesome. Good deal. I just saw the time. Probably need to wrap this up. Don't forget, this Sunday, 3 p.m., First United Methodist Church. It's our White Star ceremony here. We want to get as many people to come out and participate, watch the ceremony. It's completely free. Help us as we raise awareness and honor this this service member here.
Yeah.
So.
Can I mention something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Memory Lawn. We need more donations. We're working on the fence right now.
Right.
We've been prepping the fence for a couple of days, and we're going to start painting it. We also are going to be replacing that flagpole pretty soon.
Oh, good.
So if any donations want to come in for those, please, we need your help.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if anybody knows metallurgy or how to weld, we really need to fix the
we
collars
have a broken,
on one of the
we
fence.
have a broken collar on the fence.
Okay.
That needs to
The
be
gate
fixed.
won't swing because it's been rusted through. So if
Okay.
you guys know how to weld, please come out
we
and
need a
help
welder.
us.
We
Okay.
need a welder.
I think we can rust one up around here.
It's Roswell. I'm hoping so.
Anyway, that's all I got, Mike.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
We'll see you here on the radio next week. I'll see you guys sooner than that, I'm sure. But awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate
All
it.
right, thanks, Mike.
Anytime. 8:50.